Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, let's get some Canelo Alvarez news real quick, right? Now, Canelo Alvarez, for me, being cynical, watching his career the last, especially the last 5-6 years, I'm able to tell you who he's going to fight and what's going to happen. And that's because after a while, the glass is half empty, right? You've seen it, and it's not Canelo. Remember, I always tell you guys, Frankenstein is not the monster, right? If there's not a demand for something, it won't happen. There wouldn't have been no Trump without no demand, right? It's a demand for things. This Terrence Crawford bashing that's going on right now with the best fighter in the world. It couldn't happen if there wasn't a demand for it, right? Pound for pound lists that are just ridiculous and stuff like that. It wouldn't happen if it wasn't a demand for it. So Canelo wouldn't have happened if there wasn't a demand for it, because it's not Canelo. Golden Boy Promotions promoted the guy and was able to finagle way, and do things and get away with things. Fighters that's been great right around Canelo, his neighbors in the same weight divisions, won't get fought, and we can say negative things about them, so everybody can distract from what's going on with Canelo. And it's cynical, but damn it, what should I be when you look at it and you see it? And what bothers me are the people around, right? If people would ask Canelo the right questions and he would have to deal with these things, then we wouldn't have had some of these ridiculous things that go on with Canelo or the WBC who enables him, right? If you to take this stuff to court with a jury, some people would be in jail. That's how bad I think this is. And I'm talking about all the way to some of these programs that, we have debate shows every day. Be looking for themes to talk about, subjects to talk about. And we don't even go on these stuff. Like a Dimitri Andrade ain't never been invited on First Take or Undisputed, although it's a big story. Like, how you going to be a champion for 10 years and don't get no fights, right? And then show highlights of them for people that don't know, and then they'll see, oh, that's why. But that doesn't happen because you don't want people to know him, right? And that's how that goes. So when it comes to Canelo, I've told you that he's going to fight John Ryder. I've been saying that for, matter of fact, I said that before John Ryder fought Danny Jacobs, but definitely after, because he lost the fight to Daniel Jacobs, but they took it from Daniel Jacobs so we can make him fight Canelo. That Zach Parker thing, anybody even asked if Zach Parker's hand is really broke or fractured? Not really. They ask about other people's when theirs. Jamel Charlo, it was, hey, man, you got to show it. Nobody asked Zach Parker because John Ryder and fans of Canelo, well, not fans, people that like Canelo for different reasons, want him to fight John Ryder. They want him to fight Yildirim. They want him to fight Rory Fielding and all of that. They want them. They don't want him. As soon as you say a good name, somebody who can possibly give Canelo a good fight, all of a sudden who he fought. We didn't ask Yildirim that. Rory Fielding, none of them, right? But anyway, let me just get to the point. Canelo Alvarez has a problem right now, and I've told you this before. I'm just going to tell you again to make sure you know. We know he lost to Dimitri Bivol at 175 pounds. Dimitri Bivol, light heavyweight champion, right? And I told you that Dimitri Bivol is going to probably say, you know something? Let's have this next fight at 168 pounds where you're supposed to be undisputed, which I'm undisputed. I'm telling you, Canelo's undisputed with an asterisk because the WBC belt was given to him. He didn't have to fight for it, which no one talks about either. He fought Callum Smith for the WBA, and the WBC just gave him the belt, even though the WBC has a lineal champ, which is David Benavidez, who didn't lose his belt in the ring on the scales at the beginning of COVID, when nobody was going nowhere. So you were going to be a little bit overweight, but he was a little bit overweight for a fight, and he got stripped and was never able to get his title back. So that's what's up. Canelo had to, for me, Canelo's going to be undisputed in my mind and heart when he beats David Benavidez. That's what's going to happen. Or somebody else beats David Benavidez and Canelo has to beat that guy, like it normally would work if it was any other person. But with Canelo, we have different rules, and we know that. Everyone knows that. So at the end of the day, Dimitri Bivol has said exactly what I thought he would, because Dimitri Bivol is trying to make moves here. I want to fight Canelo more. I'm more motivated to fight him at 168 pounds, right? That alleviates the excuse that Canelo's going up and trying to be great, right? I'm fighting at your weight. I'm coming down to your weight, right? Now, normally, everybody should want this. Canelo himself, Canelo's fans. I can get this guy down here and get my rematch. But I'm telling you now, Canelo don't want to fight no damn Dimitri Bivol at 168 pounds. Because the excuses are gone, and them damn belts that they don't let him have and keep on hostage at 168 pounds, he could just keep them. Well, I ain't fighting no damn Dimitri Bivol at no 168 pounds. I want to fight him at 175, because if I lose that, I'm still a little bit small for that. You see what I'm saying? At 168, no excuses. You will see that Canelo, because I've already heard little tinglings of Canelo really wanting that fight at 175 pounds. And I know why. That's the reason. 168 alleviates excuses. Now, let's see what Canelo does. This is a problem, guys, because listen, you know, if you ain't fighting Dimitri Bivol, like the John Ryder fight, there's going to be a little backlash, I think, this time, finally. You know, me, I ain't going to watch the damn thing until later. But, I mean, a lot of people are going to be like, how you going to pick John Ryder with all these other guys? Now, because you're fighting, you know, a John Ryder at 168, right? So you can fight somebody else at 168, the regular champion for the WBA, who they're supposed to be forcing you to fight, David Morrell. You can clear up that David Benavidez thing, you know, and make sure to get him so you can really be undisputed, right? There's things down there to get done, and Demetrius Andre's there now, looking great. So, but that ain't happening. So he wants John Ryder, who's a southpaw, so he's not preparing for Dimitri Bivol. You see what I'm saying? It's just basically a soft touch. But there's too many of those with Canelo. So let's just see what Canelo's going to do. But I'm guaranteeing you, he's not going to want to fight Dimitri Bivol at 168 pounds. And the reason is because there's no excuses then. Watch what I tell you. Like always, y'all know what time it is. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all. Have a good one.